trouble will fall apart. 5 minutes falling back with my electro heart.
Okay, so let's get started with my NYX Cosmetics eyeshadow base in white, and this is a pop of sugar look that I'm creating. So I'm going to apply this to the lids with just a small flat brush. I'm just creating a base to make the colors on my lids really pop. Just make sure you blend everything out. Ugh, got it in my eyelash. I'm also putting some into my brow bone. I'm having difficulty blending it. And then I'm going to put some in my lower lash line. Trying to clean that up. I'm having really difficult. So I blended it out already. I was just having difficulty doing that. It's taking forever. So I'm using my Too Faced palette, chocolate bar palette, and I'm going to be using the highlight shade there, which is white chocolate. And I'm just applying this all over my lid just so that I have a base down. And then I'm applying some on my lower lash line as well, just a little bit. And I'm just kind of blending it all out. This is just to act as a base and kind of setting everything down. So I'm using salted caramel. And I'm going to be using that in my crease as my transition shade. I'm just softly blending it really well in my crease. Got the blending done. So now I'm going to take my Too Faced Sugar Pop palette, which I absolutely love. This palette is so adorable, so nice. I love every shade in there. I'm going to be picking up the blackberry color. It's just like a plummy, cool tone plum eyeshadow, and it's really pretty. I actually liked it. It's a matte finish. And I'm going to be applying this to my outer corners and a little bit into my crease, and just kind of blend that upwards to kind of create this like soft but defined look. Sorry, I kicked the camera if you saw it shake there. And I love the way these shadows blend. They blend so well. Oh my god, these shadows are amazing. I think this was so worth it. So if you haven't picked it up, pick it up. Pick up the Too Faced Sugar Pop palette. Sorry, I gotta hold my mirror up. Now I'm taking the color Macaron. Macaron? Am I saying it right? Macaron? It is a beautiful, beautiful peach shade. And as you can see, it's like an orangey peach. It's really pigmented. It is so pigmented. But this is such a unique color. I've never seen a color like this. So I decided to just pop it in my inner corner and to about the middle or so. Not too far in. But it just looked beautiful there. So I'm just taking a small shadow brush. It's kind of a flat brush. Again, I don't have any like professional brushes because I'm new at doing makeup as far as on myself and recording it. But I've been doing makeup since I was in, high school. I've been doing my own makeup. But I just feel like everyone has time to perfect their craft, and I have not had an opportunity to do nice brushes. So anyways, moving on, I am taking Bubblegum, which is a gorgeous pink. Sorry, I'm tongue twisted today. It's kind of a metallic color. It's not too metallic, but it's got a beautiful sheen to it, and I'm going to pop that in the middle of my lid so it transitions from the orangey peach color to the pink really well. And it's pretty pigmented, not as pigmented as I wanted it to be. Okay, now for my favorite shade, Sugared Violet. I'm going to be popping that in the outer part of my lid, right underneath Blackberry. And I'm just kind of packing it on there so that I have a really beautiful gradient look from orange to purple. And like I said, it takes a while for people to practice on their makeup if you're not really a makeup artist, so that's why if nothing's real perfect, I'm still learning. But I'm going to blend with my fluffy brush from Avon. And I'm going to take Blackberry again, because I kind of lost that a little bit, and I just want it to blend a little bit better with the Sugared Violet. Next, I'm going to take, again, Bubblegum and just kind of brighten it more. I'm just layering more and more of that bubblegum color so it really stands out. Taking Macron again and adding more pigment to my inner corner there. And that way I can kind of pull that gradient look a lot softer, just kind of blending. I'm going to actually pick up all that fallout a little bit with my small little fluffy brush there. Kind of had some fallout. So now I'm going to be taking this big color here, the rock candy color, and it is just kind of like a matte cream color with a little bit of shimmer to it, tiny bit of glitters in there, but I'm going to use it underneath the brow bone so that I can have a nice highlight. Excuse my brows, I need to fix them. So I'm packing more of the Sugared Violet onto my outer lid. That way it's a little bit darker and more bold, because I really did not want that color to be lost. It's just a beautiful, like metallic purple blue. It is just so pretty. Now I'm taking Blackberry again and just kind of smoothing that out. That way it transitions better. You know what I mean. Jelly bean. Sorry, trying to be funny. I'm not very funny. Alright, finishing the rest of my face, I'm going to take my NYX Cosmetics High Definition Concealer in the shade Beige. Or is it light? I can't remember. I think this one's light, yeah. I switched it to light because I really needed to cover those really horrendous baggy blue beat up eyes. I know, I haven't been sleeping, I have a toddler, so yeah, it shows on my face. But, you know, nonetheless, I can always just cover it up. I'm just applying it to my under eye area to brighten it on my Cupid's bow, on my nose, slender that nose down a little bit, dragging it up to my forehead, onto my chin. Just gonna define my lips a little bit. Alright, taking this brush from e.l.f. It's a concealer blending brush. Honestly, I didn't like how it blended my concealer too much, so I just normally use my fingers. I feel more comfortable with that, so we'll see if I go back to this brush. I'm just blending all my concealer out. I know, I look a little washed out because of the lighting. I'm trying to find an alternate way of doing my lighting. I mean, I don't know if I'll get like a ring light or something, but you know, I like using the daylight because, or natural light because, you know, my little station's right there, so. As you can see, I use the concealer to kind of crisp up that outer edge a little bit. Not too much, not like overly crisp, but just softened a little bit more. Next, I'm taking my Shade Light palette from Kat Von D, and I'm going to start setting my under eyes with the banana shade in the middle right there. And I'm using the same brush as well because I found it just worked better with brightening my eyes as a, you know, use for powder instead of, you know, blending out my concealer. So I'm just packing it on under my eyes, make my eyes look more awake. And then I'm going to take that light peach shade, run that down the bridge of my nose to brighten it a little more, and then into my forehead, places where I've already highlighted with concealer, my Cupid's bow, and my chin. Now I'm taking my Infallible Pro Matte Longwear pressed powder. I believe the shade is Green Beige, and I'm going over my foundation because I'm an oily girl and I need to set my foundation all over my face. So I'm just kind of packing it on. I know I shouldn't use that kind of brush. I should use a fluffier brush, but I didn't have any clean fluffy brushes that day, so. Yes, I look a little white, I know. It's just the lighting is just so weird. Maybe I'm a little bit heavy-handed on my white or lighter shades of concealer, and I need to darken them. I need to adjust them for summer, so I'll see which shade I'll go. I'll probably go one shade darker and maybe one shade darker for my foundation because it looks like I got a little tanned. Next, taking the Shade Light palette again, going to contour now and use that brownish, cool brown shade right there and just kind of carve out my cheekbones. I am still trying to perfect my contouring techniques, so bear with me if it's not absolutely beautiful or perfect. You know, no one's perfect. I'm learning. You just kind of gotta keep practicing with stuff, and then, you know, eventually you'll get it. Now I'm taking the warmer brown color and I'm going to apply that down the edges of my nose, or the sides of my nose. And that way I can contour my nose a little bit better. Like I said, I'm still working on contouring my nose. I'm not sure how I handle my nose. It's a strange nose, I know. So I'm trying to just define it a little more. Now I'm going to take a bronzer brush, take the warm brown color, and just kind of blend out and warm up those contour lines that I had done. And I'm just kind of blending it out at the same time warming up that area. Now I'm getting my NYX Cosmetic Matte Bronzer. This is probably my most favorite bronzer of all time because it's matte and it blends pretty well to my liking. A little bit heavy-handed sometimes, but I like the way it blends for some reason. I know I need to lighten up my hand on this bronzer because I get a little carried away. Now I'm taking my NYX Cosmetics Powder Blush in Pinched. This is my go-to shade. I love how warm pink tones look on my cheeks, but I haven't been able to find a cheek color that really speaks to me, but this one is a good substitute for, you know, before I find a really good shade. So if you have any shades, suggestions, let me know. Taking my Sugar Pop palette again, I'm going to start working on my lower lash line. So I'm taking an angled brush and I'm going to take up this beautiful teal, which is called Blue Raspberry. And I'm going to put that as my pop of sugar, pop of color, I meant, under my lower lash line to really make this makeup stand out, look very, well, when I filmed this, it was more spring than summer. So you can wear this for spring or summer, whatever you want. So I'm just kind of creating a cat eye almost, dragging it to where my top shadow, my blackberry shadow, kind of ended on my outer corner of my eye. So I just drew a line, just kind of make a cat eye look, if that makes any sense. So I'm just kind of flicking that out. It's a gorgeous pigmented color. I mean, it's the most beautiful teal I've ever seen. So, taking my Too Faced chocolate bar again. I wanted to use Too Faced products on my eyes today, minus the base, of course, of NYX Cosmetics. But I'm going to be taking that beautiful shimmery color. It's called Champagne Truffle. I'm going to pop that into my inner corner to kind of brighten up my eyes. So now I'm taking my chocolate bar palette again, and I'm going to be taking that darker color. I think it's dark chocolate. Something like that. I'll put it down below. I'm popping that into my inner, and my waterline, excuse me, my waterline. I'm popping that into my waterline. And again, that's bothering me that I don't remember that color. I guess that's because I don't use it that much. It's a beautiful dark brown, don't get me wrong. So now I'm taking my Kat Von D, this is like a deluxe sample size. This is the ink liner, and it's in Trooper. I absolutely love this liner. I'm going to get the full size for sure. I'm just drawing a wing, kind of connecting it with my lower teal wing, making sure it's lined up with that. I swear it takes me so long to do my liner. I'm trying to make it perfect. I think I got it. Excuse the blue spaces in my little bun right there. Okay, on my head. On my head. You see the bun on my head? There's blue spaces. Yeah. Alright, taking my sugar pop palette again, I'm going to actually pop the sugared violet. Sorry. That was a mess up. I'm going to take my sugar pop color in sugar violet. See, I can't talk today. Sugared violet, and pop it on top of the black liner to make it more cohesive. I didn't want some strong black line. I actually wanted something a little softer, so I thought this would soften it up and kind of go with the color scheme on the top part of my eye. So it actually worked really well on top of my liner. Now I'm taking my favorite mascara. I was going to say foundation. Mascara. Bare Minerals Flawless Definition. This is again a trial size. I'm going to be getting the full size soon. As soon as I run out of my Avon mascara, I'm going to go get one. Because I have too many mascaras right now. I love it because it really does separate those lashes. And it really... I just love it. It just really doesn't clump, and it's just beautiful. And trust me guys, I really do want to try falsies. I'm just scared. So I might do a video just of me trying to put falsies on, and then I'll just try and perfect it and then kind of work it into my looks, into my tutorials. So you might see falsies in the future for me. Again, you know, I'm a newbie at stuff, so I didn't want to start applying falsies and then start filming me applying falsies without having the perfected craft of putting falsies on. Since we're done with our eyes, we're going to work on lips now. I'm taking the Wet n Wild Fergie lip liner. Can't remember the name. It's pink. I'm going to start lining my lips. Mind you, I have crooked lips. I also need to start working on, well, my lips aren't moisturized right now, but I need to work on kind of finding a good shape for me. Because, my lips are crooked. Mind you, I don't mind that my lips are crooked. I just wanted to kind of find a shape for my lips when I line my lips, if that makes any sense. I dropped something. Okay, so now I'm going to be going in with a ColourPop Lippy Stick. I believe this is Heart On. I can't remember. Can you see it? It's hard to see those letterings. Ugh. You can't see the color. I'm sorry. So I'm just going to be applying this on my lips. Like I said, ColourPop is amazing. If you have not tried their lippy sticks, you really need to, because they're so easy to work with, super affordable, and the pigmentation is crazy. Alright, I think I'm done. Ooh, I was going to add something else. This is a Maybelline lipstick called Cinnamon. And I'm just adding that in the center, inner part of my lid. Lid. I swear I can't talk today. I'm so tired. My inner middle part of my lips to kind of create like a gradient look, like a ombre lip. There's my completed look. I hope you enjoyed this and stay vibrant.